guys? Thanks for coming back for another video. On this video, I'm going to talk about how we bought a property for $1,600 out of our own pocket at the closing table that now cash flows almost $1,000 a month. Now let's get into it. How did we buy this property? We bought this property subject to. We bought it subject to the existing mortgage. Now, before we go, we're not even going to go deep on that in this video because I want to make it quick. If you want to learn about that, go to Pace Morby on YouTube. Join Pace's Facebook group. I think it's Pace Creative Financing. And if you have the time and money, invest into his course. And that's all I got to say about that if you want to learn more about subject to investing. But what we did here was we bought a property. As you can see, this is the settlement statement. Bought it last August, and I wanted to show again, make this whole video. The premise of it was I've been getting a lot of questions. How can I buy properties with little to no money out of my pocket at the closing table? I've had a couple people say that to me in the last week, so I wanted to make this video on how I did this in one of my favorite deals. So we bought this deal for $140,000. Now, a little background on this: it was an SMS lead. The seller lived in North Carolina. He was a part of the military. It was a VA loan he had on the property. He had just gotten a loan for $120,000 in the property, and he wanted 140. He needed that 20 grand cash, the difference between what he wanted and his mortgage. He needed that to remodel his house and fix some things. So originally we thought this property, when we bought it in 2020, was worth $155,000, $160,000. So there's no way we could have wholesaled it or flipped it at that price of $140,000. There's just no room. So we offered this seller finance terms. It's a triplex in Athens, Georgia, on the outskirts, not in the best of areas, but it is a triplex, and Athens is where the University of Georgia is. So we know it's a growing potential area. So we bought it for that. We took it subject to, we left the financing in place, and we gave him his 20 grand at the closing table. Now, how we got into this property, you must say, well, you paid 20 grand. What do you mean you only went in there for like $1,600? Well, how we did that is we got a secondary loan, second position loan from a private investor for $20,000. So someone came in, we're paying them 12% interest on the loan. He came in as a second position behind the first mortgage, right? And if you want to learn more about this, follow Pace. I'm not going to go into it, but he brought in 20 grand. It was just a private investor, right? So now we don't have as much or any money in the deal. Now we do have it in this deal. We have $1,600 into this deal, but the property cash flows, and we'll get into more of those numbers, but I want to emphasize we bought in these private lenders because we knew if we could bring these guys in and still cash flow, right? So if you can see here, this is the security deposits, but this was also the rents at the time. Again, this is August 2020. 600, 600, and 525, $1,725 a month in rent. The guy's mortgage was only $800 PITI. He only has like a 2.4 or 2.7, I can look at it, but 2.7% interest loan. It was a VA loan he got, right? So very minimum. It was like $800 of taxes and insurance included. And again, his loan amount was only $120,000. So we were cash flowing, and we also had to pay our lender, very important, 12% interest on this because it was such a small amount of the 20 grand he lent us. So in total, we're in about $1,000 a month. At the time, it was cash flowing $525, right? It's the 1,000 we're paying plus the 720 or plus the 1725 or minus the 725, excuse me. That's 725, but we also, I didn't put this in here, we also paid a property manager, believe around 10%. So I know we got him down to 8 now. That's why I say I believe we started at 10. He's at 8 now, but at this time he was 10%. So mine is all that, it was around $500 in cash flow. And we only got in the deal for $1,600 closing cost, right? So I wanted to make the video, show this, how it's possible, how you guys can do this. Again, sub 2 is so crucial and so game changing. And this deal is a perfect example of it, of how you can get into these properties and qualify for loans without you having to qualify for the loan. We got into a 2.7% interest loan without having to go through any qualifications. Right? So it's mind-blowing, it's powerful. Since then, we've got rent up to 800 on both these units and 650 on this unit. So now we're in roughly around 800, another 800 and 625. So roughly around, if I'm doing my math correctly, about $2,200 a month in rent. $2,200 a month. We've since refinanced this particular lender, but we brought in another lender for 20 grand and around the same terms. I think he's at 11%, the new one, but either way, we're around $1,000 a month, and we're getting 2,200. Let's just say he's still at 10% of property manager. That's 200 and I think $20 a month going to him. So roughly 1950, 1980 a month coming to us into our bank account, and we're paying $1,000. So we're making $950 cash flow roughly off a $1,600 investment. So again, it's so crucial. I want to make these videos again for you guys that are asking me how you can get in some of these deals. Highly recommend investing and learning about creative finance. Go to Pace Morby immediately. He's the direct source. Don't waste your time with anyone else. Check his YouTube videos out for free. He's giving out hundreds and hundreds. Go to his creative finance group on Facebook. But again, I hope this video gave you guys some value. If you have questions about anything, I know I went pretty quick. I want to post this to YouTube as well. That's why I want to keep it short and sweet. But if you have any questions about this property or any properties, leave them down below. Please subscribe. If you're on Instagram and not already following me, please do. Again, if you have questions, leave them down below. If you wanted me to clarify stuff, please leave it down below. Again, I try to go pretty quick on this video, but thanks for watching, and I hope this gained some value to you.